Hello everyone, I am Sarah and these are my strings that make the things, and I'm going to show you how to make this snake head today. And this snake head can be used to honestly make a few different things. It can be used to make a snake. I have used it to make this snake right here, and that's really cute. It's made with sparkle yarn. But you could also use it to make a dragon. So you just add on some ears and horns, and it's really just universal for any type of reptile, honestly. I think that you could use it for like a lizard or a gecko, snake, dragon, anything. So we're just going to focus on the head today because, like I said, you could then use this in any way you want. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so the supplies you're going to need to make this is a 5mm crochet hook, some green yarn, or whatever color you want to make your lizard or dragon or snake, some 20mm safety eyes. I definitely use a stitch marker. Let's put those over with that. You're going to need a darning needle to sew in just the nose part right there, some fiber fill, and a pair of scissors. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start off with a chain of 5. And this is how I do my chain. I just honestly chain twice, let go, and that's how I start off with my slip stitch. It's the easiest way I've learned how to do it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and so for round 1, we are going to single crochet 3 starting from the second chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Now in this last chain right here, we are going to single crochet 3 into that. And that's going to cause us to turn and go around this way. So 1, 2, 3. And now you will notice that I'm going to start carrying this little extra string over with me, and I'm going to be crocheting it into this so that I can sew it in at the end. It's going to make it a lot easier. So you see these next few stitches, right? 1, 2, 3. And what we're going to do here is we are going to single crochet 2 into the next 2 stitches. Right there, so 1, 2, and then in the last stitch back here, we're going to do 2 more. 1 and 2. Okay, so at this point, you should have 10. So let's go ahead and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this right here, this is going to be the first stitch of our round, and we're going to keep marking this as we go around. So this was round 1. And now for round 2, we're going to single crochet 4. So going directly into this, we're just going to single crochet. We're going to be working in spirals. So 1, 2, 3, and this is where I usually stop, and I mark 1, 2, 3. I go back 3 spaces and I mark the top of this stitch right here. Okay, and that's the beginning of our round. So for round 2, we're going to single crochet 4. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to single crochet into the next stitch. Or I mean, we're going to do 3 single crochets into this next stitch right here. So this is again the sides. What we're doing is we're making it a little bit wider on the sides. And we're going around. So 1, 2, 3. And now we're just going to do that again. So we're going to single crochet 4, and then we're going to single crochet 3 into the last piece right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to do 3 in this last stitch right here. 1, 2, 3. And that completes round 2. Now for round 3, we're just going to single crochet around. So this round is going to be no increases. We're just building the nose at this point. So again, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to mark that third stitch from where I'm at. So 1, 2, 3 right here. And I'm going to go ahead and mark that stitch right there. We got to keep track of where we started, okay? Because if you don't, it's going to get all wonky at the end. And so just go ahead and single crochet around, all the way around, and I will meet you back right here. All right, so we've reached the end of round 3, and at this point you can totally see the nose taking a shape, so that's cool. So we're going to go ahead and take this off. And for round 4, we're going to single crochet 1 and then do an increase. So 1, increase. And it just so happens that this is 3. So we'll go ahead and stick our marker back in. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to single crochet 3 and do another increase. 1, 2, 3, increase. And so what we're doing right now is we are expanding this, and it's going to widen it out like that, and that's going to make the top of the snake head and kind of give it its shape where the eye should be. And so now we are going to single crochet 8 to finish out this round. Okay, so at the end of this round, you should have 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. So for the next round, round 5, we are going to single crochet 2 and then do our increase. So 1, 2, and don't get all messed up by doing, going to number 3, because you have to do your increase next. So let's just go ahead and put our stitch marker in right here. 1, 2. Okay. Now our increase. Now we are going to single crochet 4 and do another increase. Oops. 4. Let's double check I did that right. There's our increase. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here is our next increase. And then we are going to single crochet 8 to finish out the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So by the end of this round, you should have 18. So I usually start at this end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. So for round, what are we on? Round 6, we're going to single crochet 3 and do an increase. So 1, 2, 3, set our stitch marker back on there. Do our increase. Now we're going to single crochet 4 across and do another increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, and another increase right there. Now we are going to single crochet 9 across to the end. So at the end of this round, you should have 20. Twelve, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. So by now you should totally start seeing this top of the snake head start to take shape. As you can tell, this is the top, this is the bottom, this is how it's starting to look. So I just think that's awesome. Okay, so for round 7, we're going to do almost the same thing as we did as we've been doing. So we are going to single crochet 4 and then do our increase. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go ahead and put my marker in. 4, increase. Now we're going to single crochet 4 and do another increase. So we did that. We're going to do that twice. And now we are going to single crochet 10 to close out the round. So at the end of this round, we've been increasing by 2. So this is round 7 and we should have 22. So okay. And you can totally see it's taking shape now, so that's exciting. Okay, so if you're a beginner crocheter, round 8 might look a little complicated on the screen, but I promise it's just the same. It's single crochets and increases, nothing too scary. So let's go ahead and start. We're going to single crochet 3. Go ahead and put our marker back in there. And now we're going to do an increase. Now we're going to single crochet 1 and do another increase. And all this does is just widen it up a little bit where the eyes are going to go. So if you actually wanted to go ahead and mark about right here in row 7, you could go ahead and do that to give yourself a reference, because that's about where the eyes are going to go. So I usually put them right around this increase in round 7. So what you could do is you could take your stitch marker, and you see these 2 right here, this is your increase from round 7, okay? So I will take my stitch marker and I will just put it in the side right here. If I can get it through. I think I had too much coffee today. Okay. So that'll just be a little reference, and you shouldn't have to mark this side. You'll know where round 7 is. Okay, so we just did our second increase, right? So increased 1, single crocheted 1, did our second increase. So now we're going to single crochet 4 across. Now we're going to do another increase. Single crochet 1, another increase. And see, like I said, this is the last increase round, and this is just giving it that shape for the eyes it's going to need. And so we just finished with our second increase. Now we're just going to single crochet 9 to close out the round. Nine. Okay, so at the end of this round, you should have 26. So go ahead and count. Okay. So for the next 4 rounds, we're just going to be doing single crochet around. So now we're giving it its head length. So I'm going to show you how to mark this so that you can count the rounds. So I will do the first few stitches with you and show you how to mark it, and then I'll meet you back at the end of round 12 and I'll show you how to count to make sure that you have crocheted enough rounds. Okay, so let's go 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead and mark this now. I'm going to take my marker, and it's always good to use separate colors if you can. And if you don't have a stitch marker, some other good things to use, I should have mentioned this earlier, is bobby pins, another piece of yarn. There's honestly so many different things you could use, but 1, 2, 3. And so you see the front of the stitch right here? That's what we're going to mark, because we still have to crochet into the top of it later, and we don't want this getting in the way. So I'm just going to go through right there to the front of that stitch, and I will actually meet you back at the end of this round just to make sure that you don't have any trouble going in here. Okay, so when you get to right here, you're just going to ignore this. Just make sure it's pointing down, and we're still just going to go into the top of that stitch and do our single crochet. Okay, and so this is actually how we're going to count the rounds. So it's always diagonal. This is how you count the rounds. We're going to follow the crochet stitches up, okay? So this is 1 round, and now I'm just starting the second round. So remember, this is always the first crochet of the round. So this is the beginning of round 1, let's see, the beginning of round 9, and then this is the beginning of round 10. And I will meet you back at the end of round 12, which will end right before that. Okay, so if you got right here, we are at the end of round 12, and this is how you make sure. Okay, this is round 9, and you can see the stitches. So you see the little V's right here? This is the front of the stitches, right there, right there. So 9, 10, 11, and 12. This is 12 right here. This is the beginning stitch of round 12, and so this is the end stitch. So now we can take off this marker, and we are beginning round 13. So round 13 is the start of our decrease round. So as you can tell, we have made the shape of the head. Our beginning round has kind of moved down to the bottom of it, which is honestly good. because if you want to change your colors later on, it's better if it's at the bottom. That way it's not seen. But yeah, look at that. So now we're going to start decreasing. So we're going to single crochet 7 and then do an invisible decrease, and I will show you how to do that. So 1, 2, 3, put our marker in. Okay. 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so to do an invisible decrease, we are just so to do an invisible decrease, we are going to just work in the front loops right here into the next 2 stitches. So this is the front loop and this is the back loop, front and back. So we're just going to be working into the front of these 2 stitches. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put our hook into the front one right here, put it directly into the front one right there, starting from underneath, right? So we can do that again for you guys. Go from underneath up into the front one, underneath up into the second one. And then we're going to pull a loop through both of those, okay? And now we're going to take another loop and we're going to pull through both of these. And it makes it almost invisible. So now we are going to single crochet 5 and then do another decrease. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and do one more decrease. There you go. Pull through both of those and then pull through both of these. Okay, now we are going to single crochet. Let's see, what row are we on? 13. So we are going to single crochet 10 to close out the round, and I will meet you back there. Okay, so at the end of row 13, you should have 24 stitches now. So we're going to go ahead and count. All right, 24. So this next round is super easy. We're just going to single crochet 4 and then do our decreases. So I will do the first couple decreases with you on camera, and then I'm sure you can finish out the row on your own. So let's go. 1, 2, 3. Let's put our marker in. Okay, now our decrease. So again, we're going through the bottom, pulling through both, pulling through both. Now we're going to do single crochet 4 and another decrease. We're going to do this all the way around. Go through the bottom, go through the bottom, go through 2. So go ahead and repeat that, and I will meet you back at the end. So right here at the end of round 14, you should have 20 stitches. So let's go ahead and count. Okay, and another good way, like I said, is if you're ending on a decrease or an increase, I'm sure you're doing it right, but it's always a good thing to count. So we are going to do another round of decreases for round 15, and we're going to single crochet 3 and then do a decrease. It's pretty simple. So this is our next stitch, and if you're wondering, if you have trouble locating the next stitch, if you get confused on if this is it or if this is it, sometimes you can turn your work around and you'll see the back 2 stitches, and then you'll know that this right here, this one right here, if you're getting confused, the back of it is a part of that decrease. So we know we got to go into this one. So we're going to single crochet 3. Let's go ahead and use our marker. And do a decrease. One, 2, 3, decrease. So at the end of this row, you should have 16. Fourteen, 15, 16. Okay, so here is where we're going to sew in this part. We're going to kind of weave through. If you notice that at the front that there might be like a little gap right here, that's where that's when this little string right here comes in handy. Because I will use this string to then kind of close in or kind of sew in any gaps right there so you won't see it. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I've threaded my needle and I'm going to go ahead and turn this inside out. And here is the inside, and if you can see there might be some gaps right there. So we're going ahead and and there's no certain way to do this. You can honestly do this however you want. This is just to kind of give you an example. So I might come like through this little stitch right here. And then maybe back through this one. And then this way to kind of close it that way. Let's see. All right, sorry about that. Our water is getting shut off tomorrow for work on the road, so just got a notice on our door, and the dog does not like people coming up to the door. So again, I'm just gonna work in here any which way. Like I said, it really doesn't matter how you do this. There's no right or wrong way to do this. So just do it however you see fit. Just one thing to keep in mind about this is do not be pulling it super tight, because then that will cinch the nose, and we do not want that. That is not what we're doing right here. We're not cinching anything closed. This is already secure. So we do not have to worry about that. So just kind of closing up any gap, and I kind of want to just work it back over here to this. Oops. Kind of just undid what I did right there, huh? Let's fix that. I'm gonna use the stitches right here and just go around in a circle. Kind of hide that in there best way I can. Come on. There we go. Let's work through back this way. That's the hole I'm trying to reach. Okay, almost there. I think I hear the mail truck. I hope my dog doesn't start barking again. I will try to cut it out. He is a border collie kelpie, and he has a very high-pitched bark. I thought he would grow out of it, but he did not. So that's fun. Nice. Okay. So I feel satisfied, honestly. And so what you could do here is you could just go through right here. I'm trying to stay on camera. Sorry if I go off a little bit, you guys. Just gonna go through right there, leave this loop open. Make sure I'm pulling the right one. There we go. Tie it through this loop. Should create a nice little knot. There we go. And I'm just going to, where are my scissors? Just going to snip this off. There we go. And now we're done with that part. And so now let's work on the eyes. So let's see. Kind of just shape that back out. That's the front. There we go. So this row right here, we put this safety marker on there if you did that. This increase is right about where we're going to put the eyes. So without taking this fully out, oops, good thing I have it protected, huh? I'm actually just going to poke this in right here at the bottom of that so that I don't lose my space where I had it. So, and you might have to adjust these. Honestly, like I said, you can put these wherever you feel is correct. I like looking around these increases on this row. So maybe at the bottom, and you know, since we were working in a spiral, it might be a little lopsided. Yeah, that's a little lopsided. So let's go ahead and adjust that. Maybe, oh, am I even in the right row? No, I need to go up one more. Maybe that was why. Oh, look at that. That's kind of cute. But I feel like this should be out one more. And yeah, that you won't be able to see that, so don't trip on that. There we go. Let's not lose our eyeballs. It's all fun and games till someone loses an eye, right? Okay. So let's see. I think I'm satisfied with this. Let's compare it to my other one. Oh, looks about right to me. And like I said, if you don't think mine looks right, then feel free to put your eyes wherever you want to. But I think that's good. One thing that might help you know if it's right or not is to stuff the nose. Maybe let's give it a little bit of shape at the front of it so that it makes it a little bit easier to see. Because I kind of stuffed that in the nose. But there we go. Gives a little bit more form. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So just for reference, I believe this was row 7. I am 1 and out right there. 1 stitch away from the other increase that was right here, and 1 stitch on the outside. And on this one, I believe I am right here and on the outside. So yeah, almost the same exact thing. So yeah, let's go ahead and put these backs on. And remember, these are not secure until you hear that click. And I had to pull this off camera just to get the leverage, but listen for the click. It'll pop. Oh, there we go. That was it. Okay. So those are now on. So we can go ahead and stuff this more. Okay. And you can stuff it more in the next round if you want, because I don't want the stuffing to get in the way. But for the last round, and this is the last round, just for the snake head, because you don't want to go too far down because I don't know what you're going to be using this for. So the last round is we are going to single crochet 2 and then do a decrease. So 1, 2, and I would just do your decrease. And then since that's 1 right there, put your stitch marker in. 1, 2, 3. And now we're just going to do that all the way around. Decrease. Yeah, I'm on the right track. Just making sure I didn't mess up. 1, 2, decrease. Ending on a decrease. All right, now there should be 12 here. 11, 12. Now you can do a lot with 12 stitches. A lot of crocheters, that's a good stitch to end on because you can then increase, you know, however many you want. It's a good, nice number for a lot of different patterns. So you can finish stuffing this if you want. Like I said, if you stuff it too much, it will start to spread open the stitches and you'll be able to see it. So stuff it however you feel is comfortable. But yeah, this is the snake head. And you can, like I said, you can use this for a dragon, for a snake, for like a lizard. I could see it being used for a gecko. It really just depends on, you know, if you put horns or whatever on it. And yeah, I think that's good right there. So yeah, this is the snake head, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. These are just paper or plastic safety on it, so I'll go ahead and take that off when I'm completely done. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really enjoyed making this tutorial. I enjoyed making this pattern and perfecting it. I like how it has the straight nose right here instead of the round. I think it just looks more snake-like, more reptilian. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you could give me a like and a subscribe, I would really appreciate it. I'm brand new to YouTube and that helps my channel grow. Give me I'm open to feedback and suggestions, and any other tutorials that you guys want to see, go ahead and let me know and comment, and we'll see you guys next time.